What is going on, friends? Welcome to this brand new YouTube channel for me. I have quite a few others. This is all for real estate agents who maybe are already been in the industry for a little while, just getting started or thinking about getting started and trying to shake shit up a little bit, trying to do things a little bit different and trying to absolutely crush it. My goal with this channel is to help people who are already thinking outside of the box, right? I don't care about the people who are doing things in a very traditional sense. I just don't care. It's boring, snooze fest, not interested. This is for people who are already thinking differently and know that there's value in that and want to continue to go down that road, want to continue to get these ideas, and fundamentally for people who just want to get the juices flowing, want to do something interesting, want to crush it in real estate. My name is Jesse Lynch. I run 5 real estate teams around the country, to the Twin Cities. Welcome to Denver, welcome to Salt Lake City, welcome to Tennessee, and welcome to San Diego. And I've been doing real estate for almost exactly 3 years now, and I really think that, as time goes on, I have something not just to offer my clients, but to offer folks like yourself, hopefully, or if it's not you, but you know somebody, send this to them. What is going on, killers? My name is Jesse Lynch, and we are out here doing things, getting things done. I've been doing real estate now for 3 years, almost exactly. And by the way, 3 years ago is when the world shut down. Very strange to think about now. When I started in real estate, I had this certainty that I was going to crush it. It took a little while for me to get there, but then by the time I was licensed, I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I know this is a very powerful vehicle, and nothing is going to stop me. But I did look like this, and I have continued to look pretty much like this the whole time. That was a concern, but ultimately, it's been a secret power. It's been an absolute benefit to me to be authentically myself. I'm gonna talk a lot about authenticity on this channel, and I know that it can be cheesy. Sometimes there's very inauthentic people talking about like, oh, authenticity. Oh, that's really the key to building a personal brand. But then they're not authentic, so it's like, F off, right? Not interested, but I promise you, I will be my authentic self. That is my goal on this channel, is to be my authentic self. Maybe a slightly more ramped up version because I'm on video and I'm excited in these particular situations. And I think something that can get lost in the excitement is the fact that this industry is in fact quite cutthroat. It is in fact quite difficult to break through. I don't know the exact number here. So whatever, I hear different numbers all the time, but there is truth to this, that somewhere around like 80 or 90% of the folks who get licensed in real estate, right, get licensed in 2023, by 2024, they don't renew their license, which fundamentally means they failed, they moved on, I don't know, maybe they invested in Bitcoin, right? But for the most part, it means that people got started and didn't find a lasting success in the first year. And then that compounds over 5 years. But the reality is, and I want you to understand this, if you've read The E-Myth, which is a great book, by the way, that's true of pretty much every independent business. Pretty much every small business, or statistically, something like 80% fail in the first year. It's the 80-20 rule that shows itself over and over again in society. And you're watching this, I want you to be one of the 20%. Actually, I want you to be one of the top 5%. That's a goal of mine that has basically been, since I started, was I realized that like there are people out there doing this at a high level who I think I'm smarter than, I think I'm more ambitious than. If that's you out there thinking like, yeah, there are people who are successful who I'm smarter than and more ambitious than. If they can do it, why can't I do it? That's what I want. Welcome. You're in the right place. And like a lot of industries, real estate moves quickly. I don't just mean prices of homes and all that stuff. And to some degree, I mean tech. But really, like what it takes to be like a spearhead, what it takes to be ahead of the curve is basically an obsession. So if that's you, cool. I'm glad. If that's not you, I would like for you to still subscribe to this channel and consider the opportunity that you have, and maybe that will grow an obsession. I've been paying attention to real estate, learning about real estate investing for 10 years. I flipped my first house, I think, in 2014. So just shy of 10 years ago, I flipped my first house. And it was a very challenging thing to do. I had never done any kind of renovation. I had never done any kind of construction or anything like that. I flipped my first house using YouTube. But I would say that one argument, which I think I can safely make, is that as important as it is to stay ahead of the curve, which from a technology standpoint, I am a believer in that. The fact that so many people aren't doing video and aren't using social media is unbelievable. You might think, oh, I'm late to the game. I'm behind the curve here on social media. But the reality is, in the real estate world, you are not behind the curve. There's still so many people who are not doing this kind of thing. And if that's something that you're considering, let's go. You got this. And more importantly than just thinking outside the box, I not just think, but I know that more importantly than that is breaking free of all the conventional bullshit. You're gonna hear so much stuff on YouTube, which, by the way, like, you would think, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of innovators on YouTube. Yes, but also 80% no, right? 80% people doing the same shit. So again, I want you to be in the 20%. I love how bad that was. 20% over here. And I want you to do the things that the 80% aren't doing. And look, if you want to be the best cold caller in real estate history, good on you. I'm not your guy. Keep on moving, because I will provide you very little value unless you're thinking of ways to think outside the box. In a cold call, still not sure I'm your guy. That all sounds really awful to me. On this channel, I promise I will dive into much deeper kind of notions about how to use social media and all that. But if you're new, I want you to listen to this. I think the theory behind this stuff is as important as do X, Y, Z, right? I think the concepts behind it are more important than here's the exact things to do. Again, 80% of the people are just going, tell me exactly what to do. 20% of the people are saying, okay, give me a general idea and let me do my own thing. Okay, so be the 20%. If I can give you one very specific tip right now, it's after you're done watching this video and whatever other videos on this channel you care to watch. Do not watch too many videos. Do not just learn yourself into oblivion, okay? What I want you to do is turn off this video, not yet, once I'm done, take out your phone if you're not already on it, and film yourself, okay? I want you to set it up in a window, right? Here's my phone. I want you to set it up in a window. I want you to put it on a tripod. I want you to hold it, just walk around and hold it. And get used to, first of all, get used to not looking directly at the screen, get used to looking at the camera, and get used to somehow being authentic and being yourself and not feeling like a different person when you're on camera. I think that's probably one of the toughest, sort of walls to break through when it comes to making video. I think that's one of the most difficult sort of walls to break through when it comes to sort of like breaking free of those societal norms, right? Get used to being yourself. If you're trying to be some influencer that you've already watched, then you're not authentic, and that will eventually fade and people will be able to see through your bullshit. But if you can just learn how to be authentically you on camera, then that is, I think, the secret sauce. I think that is the single most valuable thing that you can do to further yourself in real estate. I know that seems crazy, other than passing a real estate test, getting a license, getting set up with a brokerage, which, by the way, I'm at Real Broker. If you have any interest in joining Real Broker, hit me up. I'm actually a big fan. Joined pretty recently, but I'm a big fan. Moved the whole team over here. This whole office, so sick. Obviously, Real Broker didn't give me this, but I'm here expanding my team, and I chose Real Broker for a whole bunch of reasons. Maybe I'll make other videos on that topic, but that's not what we're talking about today. Can you do me that favor after you're done watching this? Just set up a stupid light, doesn't even have to be a good light, or go by the window if there's natural light outside that window, or doesn't even matter. You're not gonna post this video. You're not gonna post the next 10 videos that you do like this. But I just want you to take a video, watch it back, and figure out how can I be more authentic. And don't get in your own way, right? Don't be like, I hate myself, I'm terrible at it, I'll never be as good as X, Y, and Z. They've done it for a very long time. They didn't start out good. Nobody started out good on camera. So do me that favor, just start filming yourself. You don't have to put the first 10 out, but then eventually you do. And we'll talk about that on another video. I think what you're gonna find is a lot of folks are gonna talk about networking. I think that's valuable. A lot of folks are gonna talk about how you have to, read Realtor, magazine. Is that even a magazine? Probably, but I'm not totally sure about that. But I think at the end of the day, the two most important things are basically your ability to put in work and to basically be unfazed by, let's say, a lack of success early on. Okay, grit, right? I remember listening to I think it was a Radio Lab episode about grit. This is like, 7 years ago. It was about a book, whatever. Very, very interesting about how one of the biggest differences between successful and unsuccessful people is their grit, fundamentally. That's what they boil it down to. Their ability to basically grind through negative aspects of growing as an individual, growing a business, whatever. So I want you to try your best to develop some grit. I do believe that grit can be developed, and I also think that a little bit of that study is showing like, oh, well, these people have grit and these people don't. I would say that no. You learn and acquire grit as you go along, as you put yourself into these situations. So the fact that these folks possess grit does not necessarily mean that from start to finish, grit was the thing that made the difference. I would say arriving at a successful position, you end up with grit. So if you find yourself being a very smooth, not gritty individual, obviously you can have smooth skin. I mean, as a person, deep down, smooth and not gritty enough, then know that you will be able to acquire grit. You will be able to look at yourself on camera, even if you don't like it, and say, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna put it out there. Somebody out there likes me and likes me for who I am. I swear there are people out there who will see you struggling and not being awesome on camera, and they'll go, look, I'm not awesome on camera. Good for this person for even trying it. And so they will use you as a real estate agent. I say this because I've done all this, okay? This is literally my story through this process. Before I got into real estate, I was building sets, right? I had flipped a couple homes, and then I got into photography, and then my house got broken into, and a bunch of my stuff got stolen, and then a friend said, hey, would you be interested in coming and working at this corporate photo studio? Eventually turned into fundamentally a video studio, but that gave me some work. Not really in the photo industry so much, but building sets, right? So I would make fake kitchens, fake living rooms, fake dining rooms, whatever, to ultimately sell products. For one, it showed me that I despise corporate America and kind of how they do business. I just don't want to be a cog in their wheel. I understand that it's important and it kind of makes the world go around. I still shop at some of those places, but I knew, well, this isn't for me. I am unhappy in that environment. So I'm gonna say, I need to make a change, and then I wanna go something, and then here I am, I got licensed, and I basically decided I'm gonna go all in on being this guy in real estate. Not a whole lot of other folks who look like me in real estate, and that's cool. I know that there are people like me in real estate, and a lot of them do pretty well. But don't turn into me to do real estate, otherwise the people who already know you will know that you're full of shit. You want to be your authentic self, whatever that is. If you're wearing suits already on the day-to-day, if you like how that makes you feel, then continue to do that. But find what else it is about you that makes you different. If you're wearing, a button-up or a polo or just very simple stuff, it's all good. Don't worry about it. If your hair's cut short, it's all good. If you don't have tattoos, it's all good. But there is something inside of you that makes you different. And some of that is just figuring out how to be that version of yourself on camera. But look, this YouTube channel will continue to provide you information like this, but very specific information about how to do whatever that real estate agents should be doing, and how you can stand out and be the 20%, how you can be the top 5% in real estate because you're doing something different. Okay, and I hope that this channel will continue to be, educational, entertaining to some degree, and I don't know, inspirational, but that's yucky, right? So I'm going to try to avoid being overly inspirational because I don't know why that gives me weird feelings. But hopefully, without being too much of like an inspirational speaker, I can in fact inspire you to go out there and crush it and kill it and be, in that top 5% of real estate agents, because somebody out there, you're watching this and that's you. So I'm very curious to know what you would like to see out of a channel like this. I believe as you see that I continue to post, you'll go, okay, this guy didn't just make like 3 videos and then, got off YouTube. I do intend to continue to put out videos on this channel with this sort of a content thing in mind. Content, I kind of hate that word. But ultimately, I want to sort of continue to get to the bottom of, ideas and how do we arrive at things that are unique. How can you stand out in real estate? There are people on YouTube who will make like how to stand out in real estate, and they'll make one video about that. And I'm like, well, that's the single most important thing in real estate, in my opinion. So making like a top 5 video about like top 5 ways to stand out in real estate, it's like, that's not it. That's the single most important thing. All that we do as real estate agents is we are either actively helping a client, right? So whether that's showing houses, listing their houses, setting, organizing all that stuff, or like in the background, sort of like, going through, helping, making sure a transaction is compliant, whatever. That's like the smallest part of the job, especially if you're using a transaction coordinator, which you probably should be. But if you're not doing those few things, actively helping a client from, start to finish, then the one other job is finding new clients. Because unless you have some unbelievable magnetic energy where you don't have to say anything and people just come to you to use you for your outstanding real estate services, you're going to have to create some of that momentum. Somehow people need to come to you, and that is your job. I would in fact argue that that's a bigger job than the things that you do when you're actively helping a client. If you have one client, cool. That is not a full-time job. That's not even effing close to a full-time job. You should be spending every other moment that you're free. Obviously you have to sleep, you have a life, whatever, but you should be spending every single other moment that is your work day trying to find new clients. And that is something that I hope to help you navigate through on this channel. So if you're watching this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified. This video is not done, by the way, yet. That is not a code for, oh, he's wrapping up, let's exit out this video, okay? But so if that is what you want, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified so you can see when I put these videos out. And I would love a comment of some sort, as in like, what would you like to see, right? You have somewhat of a glimpse into how my brain works, but like, what else would you like to see on a channel like this? Is there anything out there in the real estate space that you think is missing? Right? I'd love to do like day in a life kind of, vlog style stuff. I just enjoy that. But you got to somehow be helpful in addition to that entertainment. And I'd like to know if there's anything out there that you think would be helpful. I'm a fan. I like to sort of devour information. I like to watch other people's stuff, and I enjoy sort of like learning from what other people are doing. But I'm curious if there's anybody out there who's like, man, I always wish there was a blank on YouTube, and I will do my best to oblige if I think it's worth doing, I guess. And if this video seemed to jump around a little bit or not be perfectly linear, then I apologize. I do have the brain of like the movie Memento, right? It is kind of all over the place, but At the end of the day, I think these are very important takeaways that you need to do something unique, right? We as real estate agents need to do everything we can to stand out in some way. I think there's no better way than video. Again, when you're done, I swear to God, somebody out there will pick up a camera and will film themselves, and you will be that much better for having done so. So keep doing that every day. Put that work in, get better on camera, get more comfortable on camera, and get more used to picking up a camera all the time. Because I promise you, all of that authenticity, that ability to put yourself out there and show what makes you unique, I promise you, that is an extremely valuable opportunity that you have in front of you, and so many people will not do it, right? Arguably, at least 80% of the people who watch this will not do it, but it's probably something like only 5% of y'all will actually go, okay, let me pick up my camera or phone. Again, it can for sure be a phone, and just get used to being on camera. Shoot yourself making 10 videos about, hi, my name is Georgie Porgy, I like pudding, I like pie. But I'm excited for you. If you are at all new, or you're just like, man, I've done this for a little while and I just don't like how I'm doing it, I feel very uninspired, and you're at all inspired by this video, by these ideas, then I'm so excited for you. I swear to God, you have the most unbelievable opportunity in front of you, and I hope that I can be along for the ride. If you have any desire to work with me, you can reach out to me at jesse@tothetwincities.com. You can leave a comment. I'm on Instagram at I am Jesse Lynch. Whatever, however you want to do it, you can find me. There's plenty of ways to find me on, because I have multiple YouTube channels, whatever. But again, I'm excited for you. Welcome. If you're brand new to real estate, welcome to real estate. That's so exciting. You have no idea how much this has changed my life in the last 3 years. Well, not yet, but I'll make videos about that. But I'm so excited for you. You can do this. You got this. One of you at least is going to go crush it. And whoever is out there, I want you to think, why not me? If statistically one of us is going to crush, why not me? Cool? All right. Subscribe. Leave a comment, give the video a thumbs up. I will see you in the next video. I better see you in the next video. Bye.